All right. So last but not least of the developing stages here in our self-image transformation is the financial. The financial, right? The financial. All right. Sister Chris, would you give us the liberty of Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5, please?
Profit as surely as haste leads to poverty.
Thank you. The plans of the diligent leads to profits as surely as the haste leads to poverty. Now, this verse emphasizes that the importance of careful planning, diligence, and thoughtful decision making in managing resources. It suggests that a well-considered approach to finances, such as budgeting, leads to prosperity, while rushing or neglecting planning can result in financial struggles. Well, what does all that mean? What does that really mean? Managing finance and budget. Look, nobody likes to do the finances. Some of us, we don't mind it. Some of us, hey, for instance, you're actually in a company, right? You actually building a company. You're just focused on the trade, the talent that God has blessed you with. I don't want to be far. I want to know that I'm making money, but I don't want to basically be worried about it all the time. So in our life, we have that word, bills, bills. Oh my God, the bills. Every time I look up, another bill is due. Every time. Didn't I just pay that last week? How much is it? Man, it seems like it's going up. So this right here, you know what, again, this is Solomon again. Old Solomon, Proverbs 21. He's telling us that we need to diligently plan our finances and manage our resources. And so what does that mean in detail? Now, here goes another word that we don't like to hear about, budgeting. When I get a self-image of budgeting, I think about somebody pulling out a checkbook or something and they're writing down every single thing that they spent and they're trying to calculate it at the end of the month. And then I'm trying to go back and make sure I have enough money. That's a long, drawn out process automatically. And so what? Now we see an image in our head. Now we're overwhelmed. Oh my God, I got to do all that. Listen, man, just pay the bill and I'll do all that later. I'll do that later. I'll do that later. And so what'll end up happening is sometimes we run out of money. And now it's like, dang, I should have checked that out. But there's a lot of ways to stay on top of the finances. Nowadays, they have apps to where you can tap in your phone and you can put in all your finances. Nowadays, they have other methods of doing it. Now, what I'm suggesting here is a very simple method of staying on top of finances. Is it safe to say that everybody in this room have a bank account? It's safe to say so. So we all have a bank account. So which means that we get financial statements every month. It's December now. So which means that we have either received it via email or by mail, that we have a bank statement. And that bank statement shows what came in and what went out. That saves about 50% of the work right there. You don't have to write anything. That's all you have to do is look at it. Just read it. Now, when we view our monthly bank statement, I'm suggesting that we do it once a month. And when we do it once a month, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go through it line by line. We got to read. We got to look at it line by line. When we look at it line by line, we're actually able to see usually the biggest chunk of change that come out there is usually going to be rent or mortgage. That's usually going to be the biggest one. If something else is bigger than that, you may want to stop right there and analyze something. I'm just saying. Okay, so in addition to that, we'll see car notes, we'll see phone bills, we'll see subscriptions that we pay for on a monthly basis that comes out. We'll see utilities, we'll see gas, we'll see groceries. And then there'll be some anonymous stuff. Hey, some old withdrawal from ATM machines. Hey, this will give us an idea of what's on there. A lot of times I went back and looked at my bank statement and was like, man, I forgot all about it. I bought that. Oh man, I forgot that I was paying for this. And so what I'm recommending is we take the time once a month, just once a month, because as you continue to do this, you'll see the importance of it. And then sometimes you may do it twice a month. Sometimes you may do it 4 or 5 times a month. Sometimes you don't even do it. You don't even need to do it once a month because now it's like, I already know. But let's just take the time to look at it once a month. And what we will discover is that a lot of these things that are on there, they can be either reduced or eliminated. This is the fastest way to get yourself a raise right now, today. A lot of times we say, hey man, I need more money. Well, sometimes we need to cut back on what we spending. All I'm saying is that take a look at it. For instance, I was talking to somebody the other day. The guy went through and he looked at his bank statement, or he was talking about how he was spending $200+ on his phone bill between he and his family. So now, all of a sudden, that's all he had to do was call in to the phone carrier and say, hey, did you guys have any promotions going on right now? And by that move that he made, he was able to reduce his phone bill to $100. That's a $100 increase. I don't know about y'all, but that sounds pretty good to me for one bill. Now take a look at your utilities. Take a look at your car insurance. I looked at my car insurance the other day. I paid off my car. I never did report it to my car insurance. I was paying an extra $50 a month. Exactly. Hey, wait a minute. And sometimes we can actually go through and check out, get another quote from a different insurance company. Say, hey, how much y'all, right now I'm charging this. What y'all be able to do? All right, bet. Let's go ahead and do that. Look at your utilities. Look at your light bill. How much kilowatts am I using? How much they charging me per kilowatt? Now you could go back and, again, hey, y'all gotta have any promotion there over there? Let me know. Well, I'll tell you what, I may need to just, when my contract in, as if you even have one. Sometimes we're not even in contract. We can just eliminate it right then and there and go switch. And that can reduce our bill as well. Another one, in addition to all of that, is basically just being diligent and taking a look at your internet bill. I didn't even realize that I was paying as much as I was paying for the internet. When that happened, that's all I had to do was call in and say, hey, I'm paying this amount of money. What can y'all do about this? You know what they said? Oh, Mr. Dixon, we got a promotion going on. If you sign up for this now and this now, next 12 months, your bill is going to be such and such. And so instantly, you can save you about $300, maybe $400 just from the finances. Now, in addition to looking at the bank statements here, and we're about to wrap it up, y'all. In addition to the bank statements here, you see on the list of goals, it says download Credit Karma or Experian app to view credit history for free. For free. Now, one of the biggest purchases that you're ever going to make in your life is probably going to be the purchase of a home. Now, in the process of purchasing a home, if you're going through it, they're going to view your credit report. They are going to view it. It is best to know what's on there and not be surprised than to actually go through the whole process and get up there and be pissed off because you got denied. Me personally, this is just a short testimony. I have finally, thank God, been able to purchase a home. It took me almost 5-6 years to do this. Every time I look up, hey, your credit, school loans. Hey, your job, you make this, but you need to make that. Hey, we got a new program, but you don't qualify for it because you don't make enough. Hey, we got a program you qualify for, but you make too much. Hey, COVID happened. Sorry, man, you try again next year. And that is very discouraging. Oh, man. So when you go in this line, you get all excited, all up here. I'm talking to the lady, and I got this and that. Yeah, you do check stuff. I got those too. W-2, hey, got that too. I got everything. But all of a sudden, I'm hoping, I'm trying to remain encouraged. And then all of a sudden, guess what? Sorry, Mr. Dixon, we couldn't approve you. Your credit score. Now, what you need to do is take care of that bill right there. And once you take care of that, you can come back in 6 months. Man, I don't want to hear that. 6 months? I need to move now, right now. But if I had handled my business, then I wouldn't have been in that situation. All I'm saying is that, hey, when we are going to look at our finances, let's start with the budgeting, not budget. We don't use the word budget. Let's look at our financial statements. Let's look at what's on there. In addition to that, download the Credit Karma app and Experian. These two apps are free. And so we know about the 3 credit bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian. Thank you. She be watching her credit. So we know those are the 3, right? And so these are the 3. They're good. Basically, that's what they're looking at. Depending on which lender you go through, they're going to determine which one to select. Sometimes they pull all 3 and just go with the middle. Sometimes they go with TransUnion. Sometimes they go with, you don't know. And so basically what these apps right here, Credit Karma, they'll have 2 on there and Experian will have the other one. And so now you're able to look at a list. Now, most likely this isn't going to be the exact credit score, but it's going to be in a range to where you're able to go, now I see I'm in this area. It's going to give you the inquiries. It's going to tell you what you need to know, basically what they're going to see. It'll show you that information, and it's for free. And you can look at this every day if you would like. So what I'm recommending when it comes to the financial state is we view our monthly bank statements, and we download these free apps that help us and to look at our finances. Now, we can go into finance, we can go into multiple streams of income, we can go all into that. But first, before we do any of that, let's just look at where we are now. And then let's work on our credit. Let's at least know where we are. Now, this pretty much will conclude the lesson that we have today. But before we do that, I just want to do an overview right quick. First, we went over the Romans 12:2, renewing our minds. That's what this is all about. Renewing our minds, transforming our minds. And again, to this self-image. Again, we define the word self-image, and we know that that is how we perceive ourselves. This is when we look into the mirror and we say, you know what? I don't like the way my hair looks. You know what? I don't like the way my ears are. You know what? Now, we can continue to do this all day. Now, when we go in public, sometimes we become caution or noticeable that, hey, man, maybe they looking at my hair because I ain't combing it good today. Maybe they looking at my suit because I got that little hole in the back. Ain't nobody knows that hole was there until you said something. So let's not perceive ourselves in a way that what we have to do is present ourselves in a manner that's consistent with this new image that we're developing. We have to. Moving right along, we went over the spiritual development, and we went over scripture with that. We went over the mental and emotional, and the physical and the financial. Now, these are just, again, 4 areas here that we have just gone over that I believe that if we all focused on, we'll be in a much better position than we're in. Now, let's just say if you're already in a good position, you'll be the better one, because some of us are more advanced in one area than the other. And let us continue to work with other people as well. In the process of doing this, be sure to keep God's commandments. 613 laws, 10 commandments, New Testament, just 2. All that stuff is just boiled down to 2. Love God with all your heart, all your mind, all your spirit, and treat others as the way you want to be treated. I thank you all for taking the time to listen to the lesson. Please, when you have time, look at this sheet and just, as you can see, the check boxes on the side, just check it off. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Guys, before you leave, we want to thank you for coming to our channel and checking us out. If you enjoyed that video, please click on this link right here so you'll be able to watch the next video. Thanks a lot and have a blessed day.